You're going to love this story. It's really pretty important for all of us. When a retired school administrator became a victim of identity theft, she had to work hard to convince the stores it wasn't her that went on a citywide spending spree.
Yeah, what a story it has become. But even afterwards, debt collectors still came calling. The collectors wanted all of the information the ID thieves took, and of course, that made her even more nervous. And that's when she turned to our own investigative reporter, Ted Oberg, for help.
These are fraud affidavits.
Marion Polk was probably the worst person for identity thieves to pick on.
It's a nightmare.
But they did pick on her, and she noticed it pretty quickly. Stopping the consequences, though, has taken more than a year of hard work, and most recently she's been fighting debt collectors for weeks who claim she owes money on bad checks she never wrote.
Grocery stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, they wrote several checks in my name.
That debt collector, TRS Recovery Services, wants $900 for checks written after Marion says the accounts were closed.
The only problem was I didn't make those bills. I was a victim of identity theft.
Marion explained that repeatedly on the phone. The only solution TRS offered was to send in all of her personal information to the supposed debt collector, and they would try to work with her.
Social Security number, account numbers, any information related to this identity theft. My fear was that they would take the information and do something unscrupulous with it as well.
Thought maybe it was another scam.
Right, that is correct.
After Marion called us, we tried to get answers from TRS Recovery Services, and that's not easy. We started with a phone number here in Houston, which led to a second company, Telecheck, out of Sugar Land, which led to a third company in New York, this time an apparent public relations firm for the debt collector. And finally,
you should have no further responsibility for these debts.
We got some results. Citing privacy, the debt collector wouldn't talk to us about Marion's case, but that letter she got ends the collection effort.
Your responsibility as a consumer is to continue to be persistent and determined and to provide documentation. And when all else fails, turn to Channel 13 and turn to TED, because you'll get proven results.
We asked Marion for some advice for anyone else who may be going through something like this. She says take meticulous notes, but also check your bank account at least once a week and look at the online check images to make sure it looks like your signature. The one document that truly helped, her police report. So if you think you're in the midst of something like this, do report it. Now look, if you have something you need us to take a look at, the best way is to get it to us online. There's the address. We'll see you next week.